Well, it looks like we've got 4 new episodes of Love is Blind this week. And let's get into the first of those episodes. So, our couples are back in Chicago. They're starting to go and meet the family. And really, it felt like we just very quickly deleted like a week of this experience, this episode. Because, like, the honeymoon had just ended, and I think the last day of the episode was like 15 days left. Very, very quick, in my opinion. As always, we're going to go through the couples one by one. There's a little bit of crossover here, but we try to stick with each couple and what happened to them. So, first up, Kyle and Shayna. Shayna's family, they seemed like they really wanted to go hard at Kyle. I'm guessing that was probably some sort of strategy. Shayna's basically, in my opinion, just looking for a reason to break up with him at that point. And, initially Kyle was a little bit flustered, but he kind of settled in and started doing really well with the family. And then let's talk about religion. And that was kind of the total ender there. And then from there, they go back to Chicago, and Shayna drops the "I can't marry you" on Kyle. So, she made it almost a week or however long. They didn't spend any time together during that week, but they are now broken up. And this all boils down to, if the religion was such a big deal, and apparently it was right from the start for Shayna, she should have never said yes. Absolutely not. If she's not willing to give that relationship a chance because of their religious beliefs being different, she should have never drug Kyle along and misled him the way she did. At that point, I was sitting there and thinking to myself, I really hope that they don't give her an opportunity to try and ruin Shane's relationship. So, next couple we're going to talk about, Natalie and Shane. I had a little chuckle right at the start of the episode for them when Shane was trying to describe a tuxedo with coattails and talking about a trench coat, a cape, tuxedo cape. Quite comical in my opinion, and I don't think he got the message across what he actually wanted. He just wants some coattails. Give the man some coattails for his wedding suit. Not that big of a deal. This couple, they seem so much better now than when we left them. We had, I think last week we kind of ended with Shane walking away from Natalie after they were having a conversation at dinner at the end of the honeymoon. Didn't look great, but now seems like all that's been mended and everything is great. Apparently Shane doesn't believe in 401k. I'm not even sure what that means, like not believing in it. I really don't. Like, how can you just, like, it's a thing. Like, you can't not believe in it. Like, I don't believe in chairs. I don't believe in them. They're just not a thing. Doesn't really make sense. Natalie, at the end, when we had the big party with everybody showing up, and Natalie dropping the shoot as soon as Shayna showed up to the party, because she knew that Shayna was going to stir up some drama. Shane probably didn't need to go and have that sit down with Shayna. Nothing good comes out of that unless Shane wants to give things a shot with Shayna, which would be a little weird to me at this point, because it does seem like things were great between Natalie and Shane. And for him to really indulge Shayna with that entire conversation where, Shayna was trying to put down Natalie, put down their relationship, and, plant all these seeds of doubt while also trying to show how amazing of a person she was, which she didn't do, by the way. She kept saying that Natalie had taken the whole, well, I've got a guy for you, a line out of context, when it was very clear that Natalie did not. Natalie did not take that out of context. And ultimately, I don't know what Shayna's actual strategy was for their conversation, because she got pretty mean, pretty nasty, you know, like offending Natalie, you know, attacking their relationship. Like, if she wants to make herself look good, then why not just make yourself look good? Like, why not just be positive, compliment Shane, which we all know now he loves, he absolutely loves. But for her to just come in there and try to tear Shane down, tear Natalie down, tear their relationship down, and still thinks that she's going to get the guy, seems very bizarre to me. Next up, well, we're on to our less exciting couples for the week, Danielle and Nick. Danielle's mom was too much. You know, Danielle said, well, my family's a lot. No, just your mom is a lot. Everybody else was fine. Everybody else perfectly fine, but Danielle's mom, way too much, and I absolutely 100% know where Danielle got all of her insecurities and issues from. They're all directly from her mother. I forget the exact line, but, you know, mom, I think, was talking about Danielle getting over things in her life, and one of the things that she had to get over was her looks. You know, it wasn't about her confidence or not feeling comfortable with the way she looked. It was that Danielle needed to get over her looks. Just sat with me very wrong. And then we leapfrogged from there into whatever that conversation was about sex that just should not happen. Like, if you're sitting down for a family dinner, you shouldn't be talking about sex. Like, that's, maybe you disagree, but that's just how I feel. I don't want to sit down with mom and dad, me and my wife, and have my parents interrogating my wife and I about our sex lives. No, thank you. I'll not be part of that conversation. From there, we went and we got another Nick and Danielle fight. And I will say there was some errors on both sides in this conversation, but Danielle has a very special way of spiraling a simple situation way out of control. Nick, your words were not helpful. They only made to escalate things. You know, Nick had patience until he didn't in that conversation, and then he got a little bit nasty, said some words that he probably regrets. But ultimately, you know, the situation being, Danielle didn't really feel that Nick was present enough for the time with the family. From what we saw none of that. It looked like the time with the family went quite well. If anybody was sabotaging that, it was Danielle's mom. And it turns out Nick had some personal issues going on at the same time. So he was checking his phone, sending messages, receiving messages, and then brought it up on the car ride home, what was going on in his life. And Danielle wasn't having it because she felt that it was Nick not taking meeting her family serious. You know, there's two ways to look at this. One, your life doesn't stop just because you want to do something. If you make plans, that doesn't mean that nothing else is going to happen in your life. Two, you know, maybe Nick could have just turned his phone off while he was there and dealt with it afterwards. But it kind of seems like that wouldn't have been the right solution either, because then Danielle still wouldn't have been happy with how Nick just moved on from that moment too fast. I don't know. We're seeing a couple of these way blown out of proportion fights for these two over things that just seem like non-issues to me, or at best miscommunications. And really, they can't have these lingering over the relationship in order to say I do in what is now down to being 2 weeks away. Not too much to say about the last two couples, Deepti and Shake. I was definitely worried about meeting Deepti's family, but they were awesome. You know, they seemed very loving and welcoming to Shake. They seemed very happy about the whole thing, very comfortable about the whole thing. And really, that's all I got to say about them this week. Ayanna and Jarrett. Ayanna is a little hung up about the past, both with Mallory, which, you know, not really past, that's kind of present, and any other ex that Jarrett may have had. You know, the whole gift thing and Jarrett keeping the gift, I just kind of view it as you can get a nice gift from a bad person. You know, you shouldn't have to throw that gift out. Not saying that Jarrett's ex is a bad person, but, you know, everything, you don't, like when you have a breakup with somebody, you don't have to delete every little thing that was from that period of your life. Like, yeah, you got to move on, but you don't have to just eradicate that portion of your life from memory. Could be an issue that comes back up as we get deeper into this. Really, we just didn't see much of Ayanna and Jarrett this week or this episode, but I'm sure we will in the other three as we head towards the weddings. All right, everybody, gonna wrap that up. Felt like I got a little long there, considering we got another 3 episodes to get through here tonight. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, we will see you later.